Hi, I'm Brianna and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my weight loss journey and really just how I did it and how long it took, what I did, because I definitely did not take that many, what's the word? No, I didn't really use many known methods. I don't know what the word is, but anyways, let's hop right on into it. So I first started my weight loss journey in around April or May of 2020. I had hit rock bottom. I was just starting to work on my confidence, and I thought if I was able to become this much more confident in such a short span of time and see such quick results in this amount of time, why can't I try to lose weight? I already did something I didn't think I could ever do. And I was like, you know what, let's apply that to weight loss, because I was just really not comfortable with myself. My body was really unproportionate. I was really overweight, and I had PCOS, and I was just like, I need to do something. PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's like a hormonal condition, really. I have it from genetics, unfortunately. And it can make losing weight really hard and gaining weight really, really easy. And the only way to really cure PCOS is to lose weight. And according to my gynecologist now in 2023, she thinks that I've almost done it. We're going to have to run a few more tests, but I might be PCOS free, which is really exciting. But anyways, so I'm looking at my stats. I have them directly across. I should probably have my glasses on, so hopefully I don't read them wrong. But anyways, I have written down, I did lose the original cards, but I knew off the top of my head the approximate dates and measurements, and then I was able to accurately guess based on the cards I did have. I wrote my progress down in index cards, but I lost them, so that was on me. So on May 26th, 2020, this is around the time I did my first measurements, and the measurements I had, May 26th, 2020, I was around 215, 220 pounds. Shoulder width was around 48 to 40 and a half inches, I think. And my underbust was around 46 inches. I do have a really wide rib cage, and my waist was the smallest part of my waist. That's what I measured, was around 43 and a half inches. The next time I took a measurement was December of 2020, and this was the most drastic increase over the entirety of my weight loss journey so far. And I think it's because I worked literally so hard. I was even the slightest change in my daily routine made such an impact to my measurements and my weight, because I had never done this before and I had never stuck with it for so long. I stuck with it for 7 months. The longest I had ever stuck with it for was maybe 3 days. So the changes I made in that amount of time, I was able to see such quick results because it was the first time I was ever doing it and sticking with it. Now, before I give you the measurements of the drastic change, I'll tell you what I did. So basically, I stuck to a plan, and the plan that I had was to get whatever exercise I could get in a day. I usually would try to get at least 5 to 10 minutes. If it didn't work out, it didn't work out. But the main thing I did was intermittent fasting. So I think I only ate from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. or noon to 8 p.m. I forget what the numbers were there. And in between what I ate, so if I ate breakfast or something for breakfast, I would make myself wait 2 to 3 hours before I ate something again, because I had a bad habit of binge eating and eating when I was bored, eating when I was stressed. And I just thought to myself, I ate. There's no way I should be hungry right now. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of time to wait. And I would just do that. And that's literally all I did. I didn't really calorie count that much. I was just getting a little more exercise than I normally would. I was keeping to this schedule. I was being consistent And I was actually hopeful and looking forward to what I was doing. And I was intermittent fasting, and I was being more cautious about how much I ate and how often. And after doing that, so on May 26th, 2020, I weighed about 215, 220 pounds. And then on I don't have a date, but in December 2020, I was around 185 to 190 pounds. And what's that, like 20 pounds in like 7 months? That's crazy. I had never had that in my life. I had always gained like 20 pounds in that amount of time. And I just felt like so good about myself. And I was just like, my confidence, I was already been working on my confidence, but being able to stick to this and actually seeing results, not just on paper, but like on my actual body, I just felt like even more confident, even more liberated, and I really believed in myself. And I'll give you the other measurements. So I also lost the cards for these, but I'll give you the estimates from what I remember. So shoulders were about 46 inches. Bust, under bust, 43, 42, I think. Like 43 bust, 42 under bust. I actually had like an insane amount of boob growth in the past year, like 2021, 2022, like something with that Pfizer vaccine, I'm telling you. But it's also a stunted growth PCOS thing that I've experienced. So that's for another video, I guess, if you wanted to know about that, but that's why the measurements are so different in the bust size. Waist was around 39 to 40 inches. Hips, I was like measuring my hips, stomach area, 44, and my butt was 43. Yeah, so that was that. And then after that, March 2021 was my next measurement. I only had my weight. It was 175, so I had lost 10 pounds from December 2020 to March 2021. That's still a good amount. I had just been doing basically the same thing, and I maybe increased my workouts more. You could definitely see the difference in my body, my confidence, and the weight loss in my face especially. But yeah, I think I stayed the same weight for like a year, literally a year. And my body had changed so much that I kind of hit like a standstill where I couldn't lose anything or gain weight, which was kind of fun because for like a whole year, it didn't matter what I ate or did, or like if I went over my food limit, which I knew that I could because I wouldn't gain or lose weight. So I was still getting exercise, and still eating the way I was, but I was getting lazy about it. I was getting really lazy about it because I knew from like what I was seeing like in person and on the scale that I wasn't gaining or losing anything for literally pretty much the entirety of 2021. I was stuck at around 175 pounds. I think around 2022, summer or spring of 2022, I finally like put myself on the scale and I realized I had gained like 5 pounds. I was on vacation and I had gained like 5 pounds, and I was like a little bit disappointed in myself. It was like 5 pounds, but but I was also at the same moment, I was like, well, now that I'm actually able to move from where I was, I could take this opportunity to work back on reaching my goal weight. My goal weight is like 150. I'm 5'9", so I'm pretty tall, and I didn't want to weigh under 150. So I wanted to stay in like the 150 to 160 range is perfect for me because I am a tall gal, so that's pretty normal. That was my goal weight, and I was like, well, now that I'm able to actually lose weight or gain weight, I'm off that standstill, I can take the action to lose weight. And 2022 was hard, honestly. I was just like in an awful routine. I had lost my routine for how I was eating and how I was getting exercise because I didn't really have to worry about that because I was at a standstill. It didn't matter what I did. My metabolism was just like non-existent, I guess. I don't know what you would call that. I'm not a health expert. I'm a business student and a YouTuber. But so I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, I don't feel good when I let myself go and gain weight, and I need to do something about it. So I formulated a plan and I couldn't stick to it. So I was doing little things here and there, but then when there was a sweet treat that I really liked, I would just like binge, and then I'd feel pretty bad about it. So yeah, but then in about around late August of 2022, I was like, you know what? I want to lose weight because I'm going to be going on vacations. I'm going to be going to Europe. I'm going to Europe this summer. I was like, I want to lose weight and I want to get to my goal weight by the end of 2023. And it's been hard. It's been really hard to stick to something because I don't see as quick results as I did in the beginning. What I'm doing now, let's talk about that. Well, I've been getting a minimum of 15 minutes of exercise a day. I only eat from like 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and I do count calories a little bit. I make sure that I try my best to make sure I don't eat over 2,000 calories per day, and that's basically what I'm doing now. And I'm just trying to go really slow because I have the whole year ahead of me. I don't really want to go on the scale, so I'm just gonna avoid the scale as much as possible until I feel like one day I really want to step on the scale and see what happens and then do measurements. But I'm really trying to focus on just how I feel personally, and if I know I've been doing good with my plan, like sticking to it, getting exercise, eating the right way, then I know that I'll see the changes on my body and be happy about it. And that should be enough for me for a while, because the scale can be really intimidating. The measurements can be intimidating. You can feel really down or just like upset if you don't hit the goal you thought you were going to be at, especially if you're someone who has a really obsessive personality like me. But yeah. I mean, I stopped taking measurements at the end of this year around. Yeah, my last measurement was December 19th of this year. Weight was 176.4 pounds. Shoulders, 41. Bust, 40 and a half. Under bust, 37. Waist, 34. Stomach, 41. Hips, 40. During that time, I was doing like more weight stuff, like with little tiny weights. And I wasn't just doing like cardio or like walking around, but I was doing that as well. But like, so that's why I think I saw a difference in like the measurements. This is where I really like this whole like August to December of 2022, I noticed that like the weight, like the number on the scale wasn't like the ratio it had to the measurements like 2 years ago. And maybe it's because I've been drinking more water. Maybe it's because I've had kidney stones a few times. Who knows? But maybe it's because I've gained muscle mass, lost fat. Like I have that's really a poor example of muscle in my arm, but it's way more than I'd ever had before. But like the weight was 176, and that was around the same time, around the same as it was in 2021 when I was at that stagnant point. But the measurements were way less. They were like 2 inches less all around. And that just made me realize that like the numbers aren't going to be cohesive, and it really just matters about like how I feel. So those like inconsistencies in the numbers made me really realize that like as long as I'm feeling good and I'm seeing physical success in like my demeanor and my appearance and how I feel emotionally, that's really what matters for now. And that's really just been my weight loss progress. But I have a few photos that I can like put up right here to show you me now. If you want more progress photos, just like let me know, and I suppose I could do a video on that. I hope this video was helpful for you and those of who may have PCOS or struggle with like sticking to a strict schedule. This could be helpful and motivating to you. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you like this video, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.